Hey everyone, how's it going? Octopus here, and welcome back to evercrisis. We're going to talk about Lucia, her banner. It is shared with Sid, but I separated them just to make it easier to talk about both of them, go through wish list, their whole builds compared to other characters, and teammates that are going to be really good to use with them. So, Lucia, we're going to talk about hers. Again, she's a sub DPS, meaning she's not going to be your main DPS, but with her full kit being built together, makes her very, very powerful and can be used as a main DPS. Even though overspeed doesn't give you the highest percentage like a DPS overspeed, you get a little bit less percentage in the sub DPS overspeed. And I forgot to mention that in Sid. I was comparing it in my head, but I didn't say it out loud. You still get an attack boost, but not as a high attack boost, and same stats. So there's a little bit of difference, but overall, she's still going to be fantastic main DPS, but she really shines when she supports another character. So let's talk about Lucia. Let's go in and look her entire kit. Costume wise, wow. They definitely went for the sexy look and it nailed it. The hair with the highlights kind of reminds me of Kingdom Hearts Lucia, right? Looks really good. I like the little chocobo hat, the whole showman. Kind of reminds me of the Greatest Showman kind of fit, right? At a circus or something. But overall, all the detail, everything shoe-wise, the gun, the revolver with the shoulder supports, right? Every little detail looks really, 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 really good. I think it's a great costume, and they definitely nailed it for if you really like Lucia, you're really going to want this one. So, costume, what does it do? It's got Earth Arcanum with attack stance for physical ability potency. So not only are you getting 30%, but you're another 20, equal 50% damage boost, but it can be used for any physical build because of the attack stance command. So not only for Earth, and it comes with physical and magic defense plus 15%. Those are my favorite because so many times I had to mix around materia, losing so much damage or something else just to add more defense. So defense built into the costume is really good. She does currently have Arcanum Earth, so technically it's one of those you can skip really without worrying because it's only an extra 20% boost, but she doesn't get that survivability. So if we go scroll all the way down over here, Holiday Jacket, you'll see it's got boost magic attack, which doesn't help this build, but it does have 35% Earth ability damage, which with her new weapon, you now can build physical and magical Lucia, which is really good for that Earth DPS. So yes, the costume is skippable because it's not necessary, but it is the next power creep when it comes to costumes. More damage, more survivability, all built into one and can be used for any physical build. So yes, the costume is really good and it looks fantastic. So definitely something not to sleep on if you're a Lucia fan or if you want to make your Earth team that much stronger, just not 100% necessary and not something to go broke for, depending on what you're looking for. Now the weapon, Rifle of the Hunt at OB6, this weapon's going to do 550% Earth physical damage to a single enemy. Earth resist is guaranteed mid though, and then high on the second cast. There's no HP condition, and then the HP condition 50% or more. As long as your HP is there, you get physical defense mid to high. So a 3-in-1 weapon for 4 ATB is so good. Earth damage, Earth resist down, physical defense down, high physical attack. At OB10, that's 620%, not the highest, but again, when you're having a DPS that doesn't have to debuff or buff themselves or stop, and they're just constantly attacking, like Sephiroth's Earth setup, he's got Earth resist down with Earth damage. This is the only other weapon in the game that does Earth damage with the Earth debuff. So Sephiroth does the magic side, Lucia will be doing the physical team side. So plus physical defense down. I think that's really good. Even though the potency is so low, she's still going to help you pass a lot of content if you have no other Earth physical build. Technically, Tifa's still here. I would say go pull for Tifa because Tifa gives AoE Earth damage up, which is harder to find in the game, especially there is no other one that does that, and she's a lot more powerful. But if you have Tifa and you want to make those Earth setups stronger, this is the gun to go for. But again, you can wishlist this later, and it will be available in the free draws and all that. So do take that in mind. It is a wishlist weapon and eventually will be in the draws. But at OB10 and OB6, fantastic weapon. Our abilities go to 46, 39 boost attack and boost ability potency with the triangle sigil at 684 maxed out. Even one copy will give you earth potency reduced low to mid and physical defense low to mid. Not the greatest. That's why I'd rather showcase the OB6, because that's what you should be aiming for this weapon, and then you can kind of stop. Right? I wouldn't recommend doing that on this banner unless you really, really want that earth right now, help you pass higher Odin or something. That might be the difference too. That might be the difference for the DPS race, but Odin, you can't go too fast or you trigger too much abilities. But overall, yes, really strong altogether. That whole physical and earth resist down while doing damage for 4 ATB. ATB is keen in making more damage in a fight. If you have to, one character does a debuff, one character only does damage, one character is only healing, kind of sucks. When one character is doing damage debuffing, double debuffing, in one, it really helps and really scale things. And then you can bring in other things like, oh, I need to bring in damage, but I'm not strong enough. Now my DPS can have a sub DPS that also brings in debuffs while doing really good damage. So instant marine shooter, physical attack down, mid to high, all enemies, and it brings in boost physical ability potency to help with this build. So really good against Odin, lower his physical attack, right? Then you got Mad Minute. If you're facing a magic enemy, magic attack is decreased high, also gives you HP and boost ability potency. Really good for her build, for those R abilities. So not only is she going to bring in that big DPS, she's also going to be able to do some utility because her kit is actually really good. Lucia has got a lot going on. You can even like use Marine Shooter in this build if you need that boost attack, but realistically, the wish list for her, I'm going to give it to you in a second, is good enough. It is a little bit of controversy of when you're trying to build it. Not controversy, contradiction, not, well, whatever. It's clashing with Tifa's Earth physical build. You might need some items Tifa used and you don't want to do that. So I'll give you some recommendations if you're using both of them a party, because both of them together gives you everything. They both get earth damage up. They both benefit from the earth resist down and the physical defense down. That earth team is going to be huge with Lucia and Tifa put together. So this Tifa and Lucia. So really, really good combo. Now, when it comes to wish listing, again, Lucia's offhand weapon should be Marine Shooter or Mad Minute. That's going to really help. But realistically, to make this build have the proper earth damage, you want to bring in the Holiday Revolver. Even though boost magic attack is not going to be good until you summon Titan or use a summon period, because summons take from both your physical and magic attack. So at least your summons will be doing more damage. But besides that, it will be a dead R ability. The boost earth potency is really important, again, because Tifa or your other earth DPS, if you're not using her as the only DPS, is going to be taking majority of those weapons because they're stronger, right? Even Yuffie with a Hawkeye is going to be stronger. But if you do mix it with Tifa, a build is use the revolver, bring in Hawkeye, Ultimatic, and Ceremonial Sword. This will give you everything pretty much at a high maxed out. You're looking at attack to be, boost attack to be at 10% boost. You got physical attack maxed out, 50%. And then earth potency will be at 85%, but your physical ability potency will be maxed out at 80 as well, right? So you'll get 80 of that. You'll have this maxed out and you'll have boost attack maxed out. Sorry, not maxed out, at 10% for the Ultimatic. If Tifa is not using Angeal's weapon, and you put it on here, then you get maxed out 100% earth potency while still keeping everything else I just said. But most likely Tifa's build does use that. It's one of the key features in her build. So that really is a big staple there. As for Ceremonial Sword, you can use Killer Hornet as well, right? That's another option. Killer Hornet instead of Zack's weapon, 4639, 640 physical attack. You've got that limited weapon from Cloud, the Zidane sword, that also has 4639. So there is other options, but these three right here is the best build if you're using her alone. If you're using her with Tifa, put Hawkeye on there. If you're using Yuffie, obviously Yuffie has Hawkeye, then you give her Angeal's. So that one isn't interchangeable. And then depending on the situation, Lucia's weapons are interchangeable as well. Marine Shooter, Mad Minute, but Revolver is going to give you that missing ability of Earth potency, because if you try to put it back here, then all these weapons are going to be like Earth potency weapons, and it starts really diminishing. But it gives her more survivability, which a sub DPS doesn't have to have maximum DPS, so you can go in there and bring in like HP stuff instead, right? Here we go. Red 13's leather collar, HP boost, Earth potency, and then you have Aerith's Wiser staff. I think it's Wiser, not Wizard. Yeah, it's the Wiser one, which I don't know what it looks like for some reason. This one. Boost HP 4639, but it gives magic, right? Those give magic. Red 13, it gives physical. So this is the better end because it gives more damage on there, just to help out to missing that R ability. But yeah, overall, I think great character. Again, like I talked about, overspeeding. Overspeeding is still going to give you a boost to your damage. So if I were to go up here, you see overspeeding gives 5% up, not the 20% you get from other characters. If you were overspeed main support, main DPS, you do get that 20% boost. So there is still a boost there. You still get the raw stats of physical attack up 300, but not as strong. Obviously, she is a sub DPS. That's what she's supposed to be doing, supporting the main DPS. Then the healer gets to do what they got to do. But she does have a kit of lowering the enemy's attack, which is good in both physical and magical, while bringing in all that defense down and supporting the damage. So I think overall, it's a great character to go for. But it is one of those banners that there's already an Arcanum Earth, so if you have that, you don't have to go for this. It's just extra. It's a little bit of power creep, but her other costume is still great, and the weapon is going to be in the wish listing and in the banners for just free pulls, ticket pulls, so you could just be patient with this. Definitely two skippable characters, but doesn't mean their kits aren't super powerful. Really good to see these non-limited banners being added. Double banner, which means you get both characters, and they're actually really good, not just kind of good. They're really good. So I'm glad to see that. What do you guys think about Lucia? That's pretty much everything. Thank you so much for watching. Keep on smiling, and I'll smell you later. My voice is hurting. That's it. No more videos.